confidence is a weird thing. You know, you have too much of it, you're arrogant, people don't like you, you stop learning because you think you're better than everybody. But if you have too little of it, you're a coward. You never realize your potential. You never try new things. You never get anywhere because you're scared of everything. It's a balance you have to strike as a person in order to make it anywhere in life, I think. But it's super easy for me to just sit here and tell you to believe in yourself, right? You hear that from all kinds of people. Hey, just believe in yourself, you know, be confident. But what does that mean? How do you get there? You know, how do you get there as a player? I can't give you life advice, but I can help you get better at fighting games. You help you get more confident in neutral, and that's what I'm here to do today. I got some steps for you that will either bring you up to a higher level of confidence or bring you down if you're on that end of the spectrum, right? Bring you down off your high horse and help you realize some things. Before we get into all that, I'm genuinely trying to hit 10,000 subs by the end of the year. I don't know if it's possible. I don't know if it's rational or realistic, but I'd like to give it a shot. So if you enjoy this video, I hope you'll consider subscribing. Thanks so much for watching. I should probably address the thumbnail too before we get too far into this. But the reason it looks like that, it looks like a panda thumbnail, is because Punk's editor, Spinfinite, tweeted out a picture that was like, you know, kind of the template they use, I guess, or whatever. And it was a joke, but I took it and I used it. I just thought it fit really well with Dan as well, because we were talking about confidence, and his whole design is around sort of a false confidence that he feels like he's very strong, and he taunts you and he does all these things, and then he gets one shot if he does his whole taunt. It's very fitting, I think. But that's enough about that. Let's get into why you clicked on this video. The first thing you really need to realize is that every single round that you play and every game that you play, you know, you load in, you're both at the same spot on the screen, everything like that. It's a new round. It's a new opportunity. It's a new chance to win. You're on equal footing most of the time. Tier list, matchups, whatever, you might not feel like it's a balanced matchup, but it's too late for that. I mean, you've loaded into the game. There's no time to think about, oh, my character is worse than this character, I'm going to lose because, you know, this is a top tier, I'm going to take a ton of damage. None of that. You know, it has to all go out the window. That's brain power that you're expending that really doesn't do anything for you. And trust me, I know how you feel, right? Loading into a game against Luke or Cody or Dalsum, those are three matchups I really hate. But when you load in against them, you feel a little bit angry, you know? You feel like, man, I don't want to play this right now. But as soon as the announcer says fight, you have to fight, you know? You have to let go of those thoughts. You have to have confidence in your matchup knowledge and your character knowledge and your neutral knowledge, everything, you know? You don't have time to feel like the game is kicking you while you're down because it matched you against a character that you don't like. That's step one, you know? Accepting that this is the matchup we're playing, this is what I have to do to win, and that's what we're going to stick to. Speaking of accepting things, you need to accept that you're going to take damage. In some matchups, you're going to take more damage trying to get in against Poison, Dalsum, Guile, Zoners, you know, Sagat too. You're going to take damage trying to get in. Accept it, you know? You're not double perfecting everybody every game. That's something I had to learn and accept on Cammy very recently. You know, she's a glass cannon character. She has 900 HP. You take a lot of damage for little mistakes. And damage naturally is a deterrent. When we take damage for doing something, we don't want to do it again. We don't want to take that same risk. And that leads us to cower in the corner, to block a lot more, to play super defensively and just slowly lose because we don't want to take any risk. And we've gone from fighting to surviving. And at that point, you've accepted the loss because you're not whiff punishing anymore. You're not sticking any pokes out. You're not taking any risk, and you're not even taking the guaranteed stuff. You know, that's what happens to me a lot, is I lose a bunch of health for doing something stupid, and then somebody whiffs a giant button in front of me, and I don't even whiff punish it because I'm too scared. I'm, you know, I'm curled up in a ball, and I don't want to swing because I feel like he's going to do something to, I don't know, crush counter it or whiff punish me trying to whiff punish him or something like that. And so to fix that, you just accept that you took damage and you continue to play the game. That's it. Let's move on to the mental game as it pertains outside of the game. You know, how it's relevant outside of the match. When you match with somebody in ranked, you know, whatever it may be, they might have a huge win streak, they might have no win streak, they might be on a loss streak or their character's level 98, whatever it is, you know, whatever stats you can see in that loading screen. They really mean nothing because at the end of the day, you got matched with this other person in the same rank zone because you are the same skill level. Your rank is accurate, at least for now. So accept that and realize that you have just as equal of a chance of beating this guy as he does you. You are not inherently at a disadvantage. This is a characteristic of people who I think lack a little bit of confidence in their own abilities, and it's hard for them to accept that they're decent at the game. You know, they're not terrible, because it's so much easier to hide behind the label of, oh, I'm so bad at this game. But when that moment finally comes where you actually do want to win, it's too late. You've labeled yourself. You've, convinced yourself that you are bad at this game. So this guy's just going to win now. You are your own worst enemy in this game. Remember that. In the mental game, you are your own worst enemy. Or you can be your greatest ally. It's really up to you. And this is not me berating you. This is a problem that I suffered from as well. Everything in this video is from my own experience. To give you an idea of how low my self-confidence was and how bad I was feeling about how I've been playing, I would load into mirror matches. I would load into, Cammy versus Cammy, and I, for some reason in my head, immediately would say, oh, I lost. Why the fuck is that the first feeling I think of? When we're the same exact character. It's the same character. We have the same abilities, same special moves, everything. Why do I feel like I'm at inherently a disadvantage? I think it's a lack of confidence, and I think it's me kind of running away from a challenge in a sense, because my ego would be shattered if I lost to the character with the same exact kit as me. It's like a coping mechanism, I start coping before I even lose. I tell myself, oh, this, that, and the other. I have 12 excuses in my head on why I lost. It's connection, it's lag, it's this, that, and the other, different V skill, V trigger, whatever. I've already coped with the loss and accepted it, and that's what I've been trying to fix. And I feel like I have fixed it to a degree. It's definitely gotten a lot better. But yeah, I hope this video found somebody who needed it. I hope it helped you. And if it did, please consider subscribing. And I will talk to you again very soon. Thank you so much for watching.